Hi everyone, Betsy Wilson with William Pitt Sotheby's International Realty. I'm here in October for our September market watch or market report update. We have had an interesting fall market. I think everyone was excited for people to return after Labor Day, and we had a very busy weekend after Labor Day. And to be honest, some of that activity has fizzled down a little bit. I think we had a lot of rain and some interesting weather that also affected that. So let's get right into New Canaan, Connecticut market report for September 2018. As you can see on the screen behind me, I'm going to throw up some stats. We had 8 homes sold in September 2018. Now this compares to 2017, 25 homes were sold. We're definitely not having the closings that we had last year. However, 50 new listings did come on the market compared to last year's 59. So we're still close in the same amount of inventory, but not as much inventory has closed. This brings us to where we're falling year to date at the end of the third quarter. We have 157 sold homes in New Canaan for 2018 year to date through the end of September. We are down 20% from last year at the same time, which was 197 homes. One thing that I wanted to look into was, are there people that are still buying or who have gone under contract or who have a pending sale that those numbers just haven't shown up this year? So I pulled what the pending listings were this September versus last September, and this year we're at 22. Last year we were at 19, so we're actually sort of on schedule, but we still have had less closings. So do we think that people are gonna come under contract or close and make that up throughout the year? I don't know, but it's possible that we had those weather delays and that we could still be on track, but at this point we remain that 20% down. Okay, another thing I want to talk about is every month I talk about how the list to sell ratio is still about the same. I would say this month is the first month in a while that we have seen that drop. So we are at 92%. However, that's 0.8% lower than last year. So again, I think the moral of the story here is things sell when you reduce to the price the market will bear. Not many people in our area in Lower Fairfield County make lowball offers, and sellers are not always open to lowball offers. So a lot of buyers are really scared that if they do that, they'll lose the opportunity for a home that they've already fallen in love with. And so thus becomes the dance of no one doing anything. No price reductions, no buyers, and then you're stuck not meeting in the middle. This is why real estate agents are so key, because in the conversations we have, between colleagues, when we see each other at listings, we can get a gauge for who is ready to have a conversation and who's not by talking to the other agent. And that's something that's really important that you can't find on the internet, and that you can't find out as a buyer unless you have a real estate agent. Okay, next I want to talk about sold homes by price range. So on this graph we have 0 to 500 all the way up to 5 million plus. The blue is what's happened in the last 12 months, and the gray bars are what's happened the previous 12 months to that. So we can see that this last year at 700 to a million, million to a million and a half, 1.5 to 2, 2 to 2.5, and 2.5 to 3. We have sold less homes in the last 12 months than the previous 12 months at every one of those price points. But if you look at 3 million and 5 million, we've actually sold a little bit more in the last 12 months than the year before for those price points. So what does that mean? I think that we're seeing some pricing adjustments, and there's a small increase in inventory, and that's why those numbers are showing that. I wish I knew what buyers were going to do. It feels like there are a lot of buyers out there in the marketplace. They're just not moving to a final decision or feeling like they want to move forward. So we're hoping that the fall weather and that the winter will spur some people into taking action. Additionally, the biggest thing that's happened since last month is that interest rates have gone up. So if you look at what you pay incrementally on a property for a higher interest rate, it costs a little bit more to buy the same thing. So that might spur some interest and make some people make a decision. I would say for buyers, this right now is the optimal time to be shopping and purchase. If rates are going to go up and we're going to see prices go down into the winter, or a few homes that people just really want to sell before the winter or 2019, there's a good chance that you could get a good deal at the lower interest rate. One thing you can do is get pre-qualified and lock in a rate, which is good for a certain amount of days, say 60 days, 30 days, and then shop. And that way you've protected yourself to get that lower interest rate. Okay, now moving on to New Canaan condo market. Big fat zero for zero sold in September. However, this is not alarming to me because we have sold 40 condos this year in New Canaan, which is actually up 5.3% from last year. So even though there were no closings in September and there seems to have been some slowed activity, we are still doing okay in the condo market. I do think that there is some really good inventory on the market now that has come on, some condos that have been redone, some opportunities to purchase a particular style of unit or first floor master have come on that have not gotten the interest and showings that I anticipated they would get. But people are still always interested in downsizing or moving into a condo, and that lifestyle of generally in-town living still remains popular. So that's good news on that front. So thank you very much. That's our September market report. And if you have any questions or you want to talk about anything else, feel free to leave a comment or message me directly. You can email me at bwilson@williampitt.com or give me a phone call. My number is on my Facebook page and on my website. All right, thank you for watching, and I will see you next month.